Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Behind the Mic Stand. I love to see y'all here watching, listening, and I appreciate it every time. Once again, you're not here for me. I'm Alex Babbitt. You're here for my guest. Now, this person I've known in my comedy career, honestly, for a long time, but we've rarely had an opportunity to sit down, discover each other. And when I say she's fucking hysterical, top tier, she's one of those people that, like, when I watch, I'm like, this motherfucker's too good. It's embarrassing, and I don't think people give her enough fucking credit. I'm sorry for cussing. I don't mean to cuss this much, but this is really how I feel. Being the powerhouse that she is. Ladies and gentlemen, applause from behind that screen for the one and only JJ.Mattise, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's
how
up?
You doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
One, you're looking like money, so I believe you are.
I mean, I'll tell you when my bank account reflects that.
But the shades, that's money shades.
A little bit, you know.
You
Kind of little brand ambassador sponsorship.
What's the brand?
Please buy Privé Revo, everybody.
Oh, that's what you got? That's why I got my glasses.
Yep.
That's the Jamie Foxx one.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Yeah, they good.
Pay you a little, pay Alex a little, people buy.
For a little bit of dollars, a little bit of cents, you get something nice.
Right, exactly. This is what we do. But
come on.
Comfortable now.
Come on. Oh, you had to get comfortable.
Comfortable now.
You had to sit in it.
Something, it's too much, but now we good.
Too much pressure.
The lights is bouncing off Alex melanin up here so nicely that I had to put on the shades for a little bit. All right, now I'm well adjusted.
Come on, Tyrese lighting. That's what you gotta do.
What more do you want from me?
I've done shit where like they make me look dark skinned and bad. Like it's like cause filming black people is not as easy as people think. You can't just use every lighting.
No.
I can look devious. Like in certain lightings, I look like a supervillain.
Yes, absolutely.
Without a doubt. These are good lights though.
Yes, they are. We do blue and purple. It really is nice on our skin.
Yeah. Sepia. You pull out the sepia tones. Pull out the fucking music video. Give me one of them fucking beige. Give me some tan. Give me a tan filter, nigga. I look gorgeous. You can't tell me shit.
Oh God, the fact that you said sepia from your stomach. You're educated, sir. I like that. You're educated.
Not really. I know. I'm one of those guys. I know very specific things. Like, but don't get me out my warehouse. You get me to actually say some facts. I have no idea. But you're educated.
Halfway. I have an associate's. I don't need the rest. Y'all can take that. Got an associate's in art.
Enough's enough?
Enough is enough.
Wait, associate's in art?
Yeah, graphic design, actually.
Okay, that's more. If you just see art, ashy. That's not a real thing.
Right.
But graphic design, you learn some skills.
You make flyers. That's pretty much. You make flyers. People hire you to make flyers. My parents are very proud that they took out loans so I could make flyers.
So you can make.
Yeah.
Do you know Premiere?
No. Not anymore.
You don't know Premiere?
I said half. The other 2 years was Premiere.
The next course was.
I only took 2.
So wait, what, you know how to edit on an app?
Yeah, they got a lot of apps. I wish we had these apps then so I didn't have to go to school for it. Yeah. Because people are not going to school for that no more.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So wait, what did you learn?
How to make flyers. for like 2 years, like Photoshop. Then we had this program where we had to make a ball roll into a triangle. It was a waste of my parents' time and hard-earned money, but I thank them for supporting me. like, go to college, everything's gonna be all right. No, it's not.
It's not.
No, it's not.
Why did they keep lying to us?
I don't know.
I didn't go.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest choices I ever made to just believe that I was dumb. You just gotta believe that you're not smart.
But you're not in debt.
You know what's fucked up? My debt recently got high as if I went to college. It's fucking me up a little bit.
Later in life?
Yeah. You know what happened? I was good for so long, I started flexing.
Yep.
I just started buying shit willy-nilly. It's out of pocket. Look at me. It's out of pocket.
Yep. You got to do Klarna. You can pay anything off in 4 payments now. Anything. Anybody can look fly. 4 payments. Anything.
It's magical. That's the Fashion Nova rule.
Yeah.
I think that's who started it.
Yeah.
Fashion Nova said.
Yeah.
I know what you need.
Yeah.
You need 4 payments. That one payment was fucking people up.
Break everything into 4 payments. Anybody could.
I could do $25.
Yes, you. That's what I say to myself. But then I did 25, and then another 25, then another 25, and then another 25, and I was like, all right, now this is 100.
That's too many 25s.
Yeah, it's too many 25, so let's slow it down.
They took the you know, remember them commercials growing up where they say 3 easy payments?
Mm-hmm.
But they stopped telling people 3 easy payments.
Yeah.
They just said, all you need is $25 a couple times.
That's it. And that's how I thought about it.
I do just need.
But that's how you get into debt.
Yep.
So do Klarna, but stay away from it, but do it.
Don't fall for the tricks.
Nah, don't fall for the tricks.
Yep, $25.
You need a fly outfit, put it on 4 payments. Put it on 4 payments. Don't buy another one until the first fly outfit is paid off, though. That's what I will say.
I love the fucking the clarity, the transparency. So I gotta ask some of the, so a part of this show we kind of get to know, and especially because we just kind of had a conversation fairly recently that I was intrigued by, but I didn't want to ask no more because I want to do it here. Backstory, origin story, Queens. That's what you just told me off air. Now,
Born and raised.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Born and raised. What was the comedy journey? Tell me all of it. Come on, let's get to it. Give me the meat of it all.
I first became, I'm the second child of 4. I grew up in a fairly big family, I guess you could say. When we go in restaurants, they always have to push tables together, get on the intercom and be like, hey, we have a big party, push tables together, all that stuff. So I grew up in a pretty big family, the middle child. The middle child, the first girl. And a lot of the family time was spent watching inappropriate comedy and shows because we could handle it back then. I don't know what it is now, but like our parents put on movies with sex in it, vile language, all that, and we were good. Like,
what did you watch? Like, what was the shows you watched as a kid with your family?
Martin, of course. Any black Hanging with Mr. Cooper, The Cosby Show, any pretty much positive black family shows, and then at night it was like Def Comedy Jam, Comic View.
They would let you watch it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. My dad, I talked about it on the show before, my dad would not let me watch Def Jam as a kid or listen to Hot 97.
Wow. He's strict.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Disney Channel for me, baby.
Right. How many? You was the only child?
No, I was the baby, but I'm so much younger than my brothers. I grew up only childish.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Like they like 13 years and 10 years older than me.
They was like, we might have messed up with them, but this one.
Yeah, that's all it was. I was totally the child kid.
This the one we could really focus on.
We gonna give him some white upbringing.
Right, right. With us, it was like 4 kids at once. Your parents get tired. They get tired. They don't want to track you down no more. They be like, you want to watch something, go ahead and watch it. You want punishment, but come watch TV with me. Come watch TV. Yeah. So, family time, we love watching comedy. That's just kind of what brought it together, and we didn't see it as vile language. We just kind of saw it as fun, you know. And growing up, just watching like the best of Comic View and watching these women on stage, I didn't know at that moment that I was bit by the bug, but I always use comedy to kind of, whether I'm nervous or, like, people won't notice it, but I'm a pretty anxious person, so I use comedy to make me comfortable or kind of calm me down through situations. I didn't know other people were like enjoying what I was saying though. It wasn't until 2010 I got hit by a car, and within that incident I kind of thought like, all right, if I died, what would I have left here? What would I have been known for? What would I have done? And those years, I remember getting that accident. I wore sweatpants for like a year. Like it didn't matter. People were like, "We're going to a nice event." I'd be like, "Sweatpants." So I wore the same sweatpants for a year. Like if I don't have a definition for depression, but that is definitely
you gotta be.
Like it had a brown paint stain on it. My friends be like, "You gonna wear them sweatpants with the boo-boo stain on it again? You gonna keep wearing those?" And I'd be like, "Yep, I'm gonna keep wearing them. I don't want to wear jeans. I feel like I'm not deserving of denim."
I don't deserve denim.
Like, I was so sad. I didn't want to put denim on my body. I was like, gray sweatpants.
That's for working people.
Yeah, that's for working people. And I was so sad until like I started to work at Trader Joe's, which made me extra sad because I had to put bananas out at 4 a.m. Like, who the fuck does this for a living? And while I was there, people just kept saying, "You funny, you funny, you funny, you funny." And I got tired of hearing it. So one day I just Googled the shit. I was like, yo, how do you be a comedian in New York City? And that's how I got one of those bringer shows. It was the Laugh Lounge NYC.
Wow.
In 2010 was the first. 2010 October was the first time I was on stage.
Laugh Lounge. That was the one on 42nd, right?
Nah, it was in the lower.
Lower East Side?
It was like
Because it closed down.
it closed down.
Yeah.
I think it's a $1 pizza spot now, but it was like that beauty bar block.
Yeah.
It was that block, kind of. It was in that
shit.
area, and it was packed down there. My first show was with Sergio Chacon. He still does comedy now, so I thank him for, even though I brought like 20 people out, I thank him for giving me that platform.
You kind of give yourself the platform.
Oh, hell yeah, I did. He was like, can you do it again? And I was like, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
I don't got 20 people like that.
Yeah, I don't got to. Black people be like, oh, so again, we gotta play 2 drinks again,
Is
you know?
that different jokes?
No. So they wasn't with it, so I had to find other ways after that to kind of get on stage.
Yeah, that's one that's very interesting to me. That you had like a college dropout Kanye. Yeah, the Kanye through the wire moment. Of
I
just
did.
Like,
It was like I was getting my ass whooped by life. Life was like, what? Doof doof. Like it just kept fucking me up, and I was like, yo, what can I do to kind of get out of this funk? And like my first time on stage, I felt that energy, and I was like, oh, I've never felt so connected to something.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I just understood myself the first time I stepped on stage. I was like, all right, I think this is something I'm gonna like.
oh, and you leaned into it. You was like,
Yeah.
oh, this me. I feel free, safe.
Yeah.
Like you said, a sense of like vulnerability and comfort. Yeah, because I remember, and I would say when I first kind of met you, these open mic years, these early years, and you ran that show with
K. Smith.
K. Smith. It was, what was it called?
Funny for a steak and a 20.
Funny for a steak and a I used to call it funny for a steak and a shake.
Right.
Because I was really poor then.
Right.
So
Right.
I used to go there. I'm underage, trying to sneak in to try to win.
Yes. Yes.
And I
yes.
used to be, to this day, I'm furious. Because Mimi Simpson would win every week. She would win every fucking
She'd be like, I don't even eat steak. We'd be like, word?
I'd be furious.
You
I'd be
eat
looking, salivating. You don't eat steak?
Steak? She don't even eat steak. But I was so shocked at how many comedians really came for that $20 in that meal. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but I understood it when it happened. That I was like, okay, I'm feeding people, and I'm just making sure they have something to get home with, because it just, a lot of us didn't.
Yep, and you did that in Harlem.
Yeah, I did.
What made you what gave you the insight to even like produce your own show?
So, this is before social media was really big. I used to look for gigs on Craigslist. Like, I don't know.
Like a sex worker?
Yeah, I used to really look for comedy gigs on Craigslist. I ran into some weird shit. But there was one place I hit up, and they were like, hey, I think I hit them up to like be a host for their trivia night. And they were like, how about you just do a comedy show instead? And I was like, okay. Sure. Then I met them, and they were like, we'll give you a budget. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. You'll give me a budget.
You just met some people giving out budgets?
Back then, right? Not now. But gave me a budget. It was Mike. His name is not Mike Lowry, but I know his name is Mike. Mike gave me the opportunity to be like, here's your budget. Bring some people in here. The problem was the place was packed, but nobody was buying nothing. So ultimately the show ended because I was like, it was packed. Like, what y'all mean I ain't make money? It was like, yeah, packed full of people not buying nothing. So make them buy something. I'm like, 2 drink minimum. They was like, nah, we good. We saw the comedy for free. So eventually we ended that show.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
I remember that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
since then, you have navigated the comedy scene to me so well, especially over the past like maybe 2 to 3 years. I've seen you a lot more now. Was it hard for you to navigate the game, or did you find some sense of camaraderie in this game?
I did find camaraderie, but can I say it made it easier? Some parts, but still, as a number one, I'm black. Number 2, I'm female.
Yeah.
Those 2 things make it very hard for you to navigate because of other people. It's not even because of you.
What do you mean?
Other people make it hard for me in a sense of like, you and me get booked for a gig. They're not gonna ask you if you're funny. They're gonna ask me if I'm funny. And I'm like, are you sure you're funny? And I'm like,
wait, what?
Like, what do you mean? Am I sure I'm funny? Like, you booked me. I'm like, oh, but are you funny though? I'm like, would you have that same conversation with Alex?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. And it's certain things like that where I let it roll off because I understand it's a part of it. I don't have to like it though, but I understand it's a part of it. But
fuck that. Stop doing that goofy ass shit.
Stop doing that goofy ass shit. But I didn't know. Okay, this is the thing. I changed my name, I think like 4 or 5 years into comedy. I changed my name.
So what? Wait.
I did. Yeah.
Is this not your name? Do we got to do an intro again?
No. It is my name.
So what was it?
My name was Jasmine J when I first started. Corny. I was like, what is that? What is that saying? Like it was like Jazzy J. Jazzy J. What was it? Jazzy J. I didn't like it. I was like, I gotta change it. And then like, my last name is Johnson, and I was looking up like history of like names and things, and it was like your last name has a lot of weight on it. It was like, and I was like, oh, it's slavery. Like I get it. Yeah. And they were like, you shouldn't use this name in show business because it carries a lot of heaviness in it. So I did my initials and my middle name. So JJ.Mattise is my middle name. So after I started with that name, when people booked me, they didn't know I was a female. It's not like I meant it like that.
Oh shit!
Right.
Like the reverse Jamie Foxx.
Right. I didn't know I made it androgynous. People are like, that's androgynous. I'm like, I don't really know what. I don't do all that pronouns, but I didn't know what kind of stir that would cause. Mm-hmm. So that caused issues, but that was on them. That's not on me.
Yeah, just look up the person.
Right. To assume, oh, I gave you a certain price because I thought you were a man. I'm like, and we're going to keep that price.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. I didn't even know they fluctuated. I didn't know there was a gender price.
Oh, yeah. There's a gender price. There's a huge gender price.
What's that?
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm getting underpaid.
I'm getting underpaid quite a bit.
That's crazy.
To the way people are like, why'd you accept that? I'm like, I just doing it for the love. They're like, cancel it. And I'm like, all right.
Nah, yeah. We're going to look at your rates when this episode is over. Because that's out of pocket.
Absolutely.
Because when you said that, I believe you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so interesting because, I've heard it before. We've made mention to it in on the show. There does seem to be a dynamic that women tend to sometimes have to face as entertainers, where I know the old school saying, women ain't funny, but you're one of those people I throw in the mix. You, Pat Brown, Hadia Robinson.
Right.
I can go fucking list forever. The vets like Samore.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Or even old school Moms Maybelline.
Yes.
Who was like the pioneer. She came up in the years with like Dick Gregory and all of the. I actually think even before them, to be honest. But and you watched even on Def Jam. Like who were some of the females who you watched growing up?
Ooh, Samore was definitely one of the people I connected with. Like, I don't know if I was just a nasty little girl or what, but
you said it like a nasty little girl.
I was like, I don't know if I was a nasty ass little girl or what, but like, I don't know, Samore, it was just her overall performance that even though I didn't understand everything she was saying as a teenager, her overall performance and her confidence. Like, I look at performance very differently. Like, some people just do stand-up, but like, I feel like being black, we have to perform.
Yes.
We got to put on a show.
Yeah.
You got to be skipping, dancing. You could backflip. I feel like you could. Like, even we like have like slightly breakdancing skills somehow. Some of us like right, everything. And I mean, Arnett J is not one of the females, but he's somebody I really, really looked up to performing. Like his just stamina during his performance was always amazing to me. And who else? I always loved Monique, especially her work ethic. I can't speak on it now, but
right now things
right now, but growing up, I loved Monique. I loved her acting. I loved everything about her career. There was and Gina Yashir is someone.
Gina Yashir,
Gina Yashir. She was on the Bad Boy comedy show.
Bad Boys of Comedy, those
right.
Years? Okay.
She is from
I'm gonna look her up.
Africa, and she's a hitter. Like really? She's someone I really look up to right now in this current game. I really love her career.
And what is it about like her or them that resonated with you? Like
they're unapologetically themselves.
Do you feel like you fight that? Because I watch you on stage and I think that.
I am. Yes. Like I earlier in my career I wasn't at a place where I knew my voice or knew what I wanted to say. And I think I discussed this with you when I used to look back on, like, they people like, record yourself, and I was like, I was running away from recording myself for a while, and I couldn't understand it. And then I recorded myself and watched myself, and I was like, ugh, that's what you sound like? Like, ugh, is that what you're saying to people? You're being toxic. Like, you're telling people to suck 10 dicks and, like, you know, do drugs. I didn't, like, I had to really look at myself and, like, kind of judge myself and be like, all right, is this the message you want to give to people, right? Because you are a black female comedian. You're a comedian, but you are still a female comedian. A comedian came up to me and was like, how long you want to do this for? And I was like, what you mean? He was like, this hacky stuff. He's like, I see more in you. How long do you want to do this for so that you blend in with every other female? How long do you want to do this for? And I was just kind of like, I was offended.
Yeah.
Like,
I was offended.
I was offended.
I was appalled.
I didn't take it like, oh yeah, you're right. I was like, a word? Like, you coming up to me, and he was white too. So I was extra like, what? Excuse me?
That's wild.
I was like, you a white man telling me what to do? But in hindsight, now going through my career, I understood what he meant. Instead of taking that advice emotionally, I looked at it business-wise and from a better perspective as of what's going to make me different from everybody else. Not just as a woman, but what is going to make me different. And the only way I could figure that out was to work just as hard and just as much as everybody else. And that's where I'm at right now in my career.
Yeah, don't take any shortcuts.
No,
and
I didn't want it.
Yeah.
I really don't like the shortcuts. People have given me stuff like, oh, email the booker. No, I want them to see me and invite me. Yeah. I don't want to be like, oh, I know so-and-so, so put me on. Nah, hire me because I'm talented. Don't hire me because you knew somebody that knew me. No, I want you to judge me for yourself and tell me how you feel. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. There's a rawness to it. You know what I mean? And I know there's a double-edged sword to that, because on one end, hey man, if somebody give you a booker, email the motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Just hit them up.
Absolutely.
Just hit them up.
No, I have.
Yeah. Okay. I was concerned. I'm like, I believe.
I'd be like, but take the email.
I'm
gonna take the email.
Because you know, and it's something I feel as like black artists a lot too. A lot more times, especially in our scene, because in what they would say urban hood, whatever, the scene where it's predominantly black people.
Right.
There tends to be a focus on the just the art, and sometimes they don't always tell you like, oh nah, business.
Business.
Yeah.
Business.
So you be I know tons of people. You've seen it. You've seen tons of people who you be like, they wild talented.
Yes.
But they're still doing like $100 spots in the back of a chicken spot.
Yes.
And I just not where I want my career to go.
No, it's not where you want your career to go. And they're very bitter.
Yes.
When you actually speak to them, you have to actually step away from them before the show, because you're like, ooh, you're kind of bitter. You're going to mess up my energy up there. Like, you mad. Like, you big mad. Like, like, and they paying me more than you. What'd you say you was getting? Oh, okay.
How many years?
Yeah, how many years you been doing this? 30? Okay.
30?
And sometimes you just gotta leave people where they're at. Like, it's like, sorry that you couldn't get it together, but we are in this together, but we're in this by ourselves. Like, we're absolutely in this by ourselves, because people be like, all of us are gonna make it, and all of us are not gonna make it. all of us are not.
I don't think people realize how many of us there are. Like, there's a lot of
there's a lot of us, and all of us are not gonna make it. But you shouldn't let that discourage you, because there's so many things you can be in comedy.
Yes.
I just think it takes people a while to be like, maybe I should just be a producer. I'd be like, maybe you should. You're really good at that.
Yeah.
You're really, really good at that.
Yeah,
just produce. Like, there's no shame in that. Be respected as a producer. But I feel like everybody wants the line. Just like songwriters, it's like, I want to be in the front. It's like, some of y'all shouldn't be in the front.
Beyonce is Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce is Beyonce.
I kind of you like watching it too, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and here's the thing too, you know, to encourage anybody ever watching, it's the idea that even if everybody's not going to make it, everybody can make it.
Yes.
And especially once you change your surroundings.
Yes.
Like,
yes, that's
I
very
believe
important.
everybody I'm around is going to make it, because I only want to be around winners.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You're a winner. You're going to make it.
Absolutely.
I have no doubt in my mind You're one of the greatest.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean that.
Ditto, sir.
Yeah.
Ditto.
I don't even
Ditto.
doubt it.
Ditto.
There's
Thank
no.
you.
Yeah, but like you gotta. So many people, you know, like you just said, you around a person, and they give you such weird energy. You like, oh,
Right.
I'm about to ruin my day.
Right.
I'm about to bomb because you all negative.
Right, but then I hear later, they be like, yo, JJ's weird. I be like, what did I do? They be like, she's weird. She's weird. Something weird about her. I be like, okay.
Happiness.
I love how people come up to me like, yo, somebody said you was weird. And I'll be like, all right, that's fine with me. I am weird. And that's okay. It's okay to be weird, but to be weird and like rude, it's like, nah, that's
You don't got no manners.
yeah,
You weird.
you weird too. Like, nah,
Yeah.
you won't hear that about me.
Nah, I don't, and I've never gotten that. You've always been just transparent, cool, calm, and you know, cause I was just talking to somebody recently on the show, and they was like, "Man, I didn't know she was so cold." they all be talking. I was like, "Yeah, she been around forever." It's just cause you know, I think a lot of times people, if they don't out of sight, out of mind, or if they don't know about you, they just immediately throw you wherever.
Right, they do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and you one of those people. I'm like, "Oh no, you've been hilarious." All that other stuff, and you know, it seems like now. Do you feel like you made a switch in some ways?
Yeah.
Why and what? What switch? Why'd you make it?
I think life happened. I feel like a switch. Like I was coming into myself before the pandemic, but after the pandemic, there was a big change because I got help. I got therapy. Yeah, and therapy really helped me kind of be friends with my thoughts, because before I was fighting them. I couldn't figure out what to say. I'm an overthinker naturally. So when I got therapy and I learned how to slow down my thoughts and trust myself, my comedy became different. Because it was more about my journey and being vulnerable with my struggles, my everyday struggles. People are like, she's just funny on purpose. No, I'm super anxious. Super anxious. Like
I get nervous all the time.
I'm nervous like all the time, and people are like, nah, you mad cool, and I'll be like, I'm okay.
Little do you know.
Little do you know, I'm inside like, are they gonna like you? Oh my God. Like I accepted myself for who I'm going to be, and it just changed. It helped me find my voice. I think for a long time in comedy, what we're searching for is our voice. And I feel like I finally have one that I enjoy listening to. I did not enjoy listening to myself before. People would say to me, hey, JJ, you should, like, if I was you, I would be here. And I'm like, you know, you're not sure what another person is going through. Like, it might look like I'm just doing stuff, but I'm not really feeling what I'm doing. Now I'm at the point where I'm truly present with my comedy and just more understanding of myself and patient with myself as a performer, because we put so much on ourselves. We're like, I gotta make it tomorrow, and it's just like, no. When you start this journey, I don't think you think about the end game. I don't think we think about the end game. And now, my mother is like, okay, you don't have kids. You know, you're not married. What's your end game with this? And I'm just she's like, you just gonna be on stage performing forever? And I'm like, yeah, but I also want my own entertainment company. I want to make a way for other performers and comedians to just be mentored, and I want to maybe own my own island, you know? Like if that's
dream big, baby.
If that's all, like Kevin Hart has a sneaker. Like, why can't I have a sneaker too? Let me have some JJ Vans. Like, why not?
That already sound fire.
Right.
We're gonna make it happen. JJ Vans.
JJ Vans. But like you said, we think about sometime the now. Like, I'm gonna get on stage tomorrow.
Yep, I'm gonna have a kid now.
But overall, as a community, what's the law? Are we gonna work forever?
Yeah.
When do we take a break?
Yeah.
You know?
Taking a break is a new concept. I've spoken to a couple different people on the show.
Right.
And we're all, I think as a community starting, especially during the pandemic, I think that triggered a lot of it. Of just like, you could be working you can be working forever. Like I saw it with my parents,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like I remember being in high school and like not really seeing my mom or my dad take like an actual vacation where
Right.
they weren't like on call or whatever.
Right.
That whole time, like I never saw it until they got sick. And then when people get sick, then they're like, yo, why my body breaking down? You never took care of it.
Never took care of it.
Never just treated yourself.
Working.
Yeah.
As our people were constantly in that struggle, we're constantly in that let's work. But when do we rest? Like people be like, grind. P. Diddy be like, never go to sleep. Never sleep, nigga. You
My
like,
senior
no,
quote
Diddy.
was can't stop, won't stop.
Diddy, we gotta go to bed. He's like, nah. Y'all can't go to bed. Y'all ain't rich enough. It's like, I'm gonna die then. I'm gonna die. I wasn't rich last week. I'm not rich this week. I'm gonna die. I need to go to bed. Like people, like there's so many times the other comedians say to me like, oh, people talk about they do 5-6 shows a day. I'm like, because they're homeless. They can't. Let's be clear. Like you're listening to a homeless person. They don't want to go home because they don't have one. Please be clear to not listen to homeless people.
Regardless of what job they say they got.
They're not really the best decision makers. You know, their life is fucked up. Like, they be doing 6 shows a day because they don't have a home.
It is the happier I am in like my relationship and like
Right.
my family life.
Yeah.
I be cool. Like I like doing multiple shows, especially if I'm like working towards something.
Right.
Then I'm like, all right, because I look at it as like grind time, gym
Right,
time,
right.
that type of thing. But yeah, the better my house. Like when I first started comedy, I was sleeping on a low futon.
Right.
It was uncomfortable, so
Right.
getting to a bed wasn't my
Right.
first priority.
Right, it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't because it wasn't a comfy bed. Absolutely.
No, the more comfortable my bed is, the less I'll turn down a couple gigs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you get it.
Absolutely.
But these homeless, there's a lot of comics.
Yeah.
There's a lot of homeless people disguised as
Right.
comedians.
I got a king size bed. I go home. They like, Jay, you about to do something else? Nah. We about to. Okay, that's cool. I got food in the fridge. I'm going home. Got food in the fridge. I'm about to spend that 50 I made? Nah, I got food in the fridge. I'm
Cause you
going.
do.
Yeah.
You're not spending it at the
I'm
bar.
about to spend that 50 I just made. Nah, I got 5. I made some hamburgers at the crib. 80-20. 80-20. That's right. That's what I do.
Oh, you got me. You got me. Jenny was one of my favorites, man. Oh, you got me. Oh man, it's the truth. They're homeless. That's what.
Yo, I'm like, yo, take your own advice. Like, take your whatever you feel that you need to do that's best for you. Take your own advice. There's so many of us that'll hop on one bandwagon, and I'll be like, that shit is heavy. The tires, the air come out the tires. There's so many avenues for us to go places. Like everybody doesn't have to just do one thing. It infuriates me to do stuff that everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
It like I feel like for you too, like you'll be like, okay, I'm here, but I'm gonna be over here too.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
myself. Like,
Because I found, and I wonder this, and I'm actually 2 questions, but I wonder this because I've never actually felt comfortable pretty much anywhere. Like that's why I kind of moved the way I move and like want to create and all this other stuff, because I've never been one of those people that felt like I was in a space and felt safe to be like, oh yeah, I can just trust that all of this is gonna work out. I'll never feel that way. What about you? Do you feel?
I agree. I'm awkward. I'm the queen of the Irish goodbye. Like No, I just look around and leave.
You just vanished.
I just vanish. And like, yeah. The show we just did, right? I was on the rooftop. I looked around. I was like, nah, it's too much energy to say goodbye to people. Just gonna go. Right?
Just leave.
I'm hungry. I gotta go. Like if I left someplace, I was hungry.
I got burgers in the fridge.
Right, I got burgers. I gotta go. Right? Now I'm confused. I'm squirrely now. So I'm walking back and forth trying to find something, you know. You old, you be like, can't have dairy, can't have this, can't have that. Then I ran into the whole crew again like, hey, man, so much. I was like, hey, guys.
Trying to pretend like he wasn't about to leave.
What? He's here together? Okay.
Wow.
You want to eat together? I'm like, sure. I was going to awkwardly eat by myself. Like, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, time out. We got a time out. Take a quick
Okay.
commercial break. Hey guys, what's up? Y'all know me. I'm Alex Babbitt. I'm just here to do a quick commercial break and tell you about some things we got going on. Check out my comedy albums, 9421 and Finally Defined. If you really enjoy comedy, I promise you'll enjoy these 2 albums, and we got a lot more comedy coming up. And even more so, follow Behind the Mic Stand at Behind the Mic Stand on Instagram and on YouTube. Like and subscribe. We love it so much, and we appreciate your constant support. Thank you, and let's get back to this episode. Back again, had to take a quick commercial break. Y'all know I'm here with JJ.Mattise. Mattise or Mattiste?
Mattise.
Mattise, my fault. JJ.Mattise. Hey, just been fucking hilarious. We're towards the end wrapping up the episode, but we got the final question. It's the good one. It's the so we do like a motivation.
Meat and potatoes?
Yeah, that's the meat and potatoes of it. Matter of fact, no, I actually got 2. I really got 2. I got 2. One, right. How do you write your jokes now?
I actually write on stage.
Okay.
I write on stage. It's just certain things I go through, I'll talk about, and I'll be like, oh shit, that hit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And you keep it? You just like, that's good.
I do, like, because if I pen and paper, if you watch my stand-up, I'm very much so about details, so I need to talk out the details.
Oh, see, I thought you wrote out the details.
No.
Wow.
It's all in here.
Oh, you smart. You smart, yeah.
It's I could look at an item in the room and just get stuff. I could just grab things in a room and just make up a whole thing about it.
Because when I say you've inspired me the last like couple times, because I've done a lot of shows with you over recently, and I remember watching your show and saying, shit, her storytelling ability is so fantastic. Like, I'm not gonna give away the bit, but you know the bit you got about the sexual experience with the shrimp. I made it real arbitrary, but I know you know the bit.
Yes.
I remember watching you do that shit and saying to myself, I don't think I told you this. I went home, I was like, oh shit, I'm doing this garbage. Because everything I do was like fast, and I'm still fast, but I'm like, I gotta work on stories. Right. Because JJ's out here killing, and I refuse to lose to these. I get real crazy.
It's okay. I do too. I get it.
Yeah, but I was inspired from like, because your storytelling, and I've always admired that with artists in general who like, because you had such little subtle details, like, oh, the sweat on her, but like you had like sweat. Oh, the sweat was dripping down. Like,
all of it.
Yeah, I've never been great at that, so now I'm trying to learn it. Like, yo, how do you take like an apple and then describe it in such a way where not only is it very like descriptive image, like the image is there, it's also hilarious, and you do that so well, so well.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean that. Jesus Christ, if you don't know her, please follow her. You're gonna watch greatness. I mean that.
I'm naturally an overthinker, so like looking at be like, what do you have to say about this object? It'd be like, it's just like a list calculates in my head. I can't even explain it, but it's the only way I can write. If you put a pen and paper in front of me, I'm trash.
Oh, you got autism?
Yes. No, I'm serious.
Oh, you do?
ADHD, you have. So I have ADHD, and with ADHD, it gives you autistic symptoms.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I was fucking around, but now we figured it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's why I'm awkward.
Surprise!
Parents never checked it out. I had to check it out myself. I was like, oh snap, what happened? So that's what a lot of my comedy is about now. Me discovering that I have symptoms of autism.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dang, I think I might be autistic too, because everybody who I really like is autistic.
Yes, I don't want to diagnose you, friend.
I'm definitely there.
But
you can't tell me I'm not. I refuse to learn how to spell.
He was like, forget school. I was like, you might wanna, I ain't like school either. I was like, you might want to check that out. You might want to check that out.
That's a sign that you're on the spectrum. If your kid says, man, I hate school. All right.
All right.
Okay.
But you dope at other, like, as soon as you figure out that you're dope in other things.
And how to you love art?
I chose art? Like, come on. My parents was like, come on. Accounting? I was like, nah, I don't.
Nah, I'm not that type of autism. I don't got that one.
I don't got that type of autism in me.
That's the end. That's the end of the spectrum.
Yep, absolutely.
When you count real good?
Yep.
We're in the middle.
Yep. Oh man, I haven't tell my parents this shit. They were just like, my dad was like, it's in your head. I was like, it is in my head. It is in my head, nigga. Like,
that's the funniest way to describe.
Black man, it's in your head. It's in your head. It is in my head.
It is.
It is.
The voices too.
Y'all throwing slippers and shit at me. You thought I was slow, like, because I am. Like, because I am.
Why don't y'all believe me?
Nobody believed me. And when the doctor told me, he was like, you got ADHD, I was like, it makes sense. I've been struggling, like, and they've been giving me cups of tea and shit. Like, no. Like, then I need pills.
I don't need
therapy.
chamomile. I'm not sleeping, bitch.
I need therapy. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Oh shit. Okay. I love this so much. This is the last question. This is the real one. Thank you once again.
No problem.
Bam, that's your camera. This is for every episode. If someone's watching this and they resonate with your energy, whether it be a young girl, young boy, a younger or older person who just like they listen to you and they're like, I love what she's saying. What gem would you give them that you're directly talking to them? That camera, that's you.
What gem? Don't ever let nobody talk you out of being yourself. If you're weird, be weird. As long as you are not sexually harassing anybody, be yourself. Because as soon as you change who you are, then you have to put on that mask every day and you're not gonna be happy. So the only way for you to truly be happy is for you to be your full, authentic self, especially in the entertainment business.
Unless you're doing some sex. What's the advice for the sexual person, the weird person?
You don't end up in the Facebook group chat for comedians because we will tear you apart and your career for 6 months. Then you could come back. But other than that, keep your hands to yourself. Don't rub my back for more than 2 seconds. You know who I'm talking to. Stop rubbing my back. Somebody ever walk with you, just start rubbing your back, and you be like, "Well, you didn't even say nothing." Don't rub people's backs. Keep your hands to yourself and be your authentic, genuine self, because that is what's gonna pay the bills.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, that was my guest, JJ.Mattise, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for having me.
Come on. I love you to death.
Appreciate it.
That was our episode. Thank you for every time subscribing, watching, liking, all of that. I appreciate you. My name is Alex Babbitt. I'll see you next time. Peace. Hey guys, thank y'all for watching Behind the Mic Stand. If y'all enjoyed it, as I think you did, because you made it to the end, like, subscribe, make sure you hit that notification button so you hear the subscriptions and shit. You know how it works. Just like it. Stop skipping this part and do it right now. What? Somewhere right here. I think it's right here.